Good evening, everyone. I'm Kathy Hansgate, Chairman of the Board of Health. It is Tuesday, October 8th, and we are starting the meeting at 7:22 p.m. In the Slade Building. The first thing is to...
This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, to say is that this meeting is being recorded and be mindful of all remarks. I'd like to welcome our visitor, Mark
Daniels.
Daniels.
Happy to be here. Thank you so much.
All right. Next item in the agenda is to review September 24th meeting minutes.
So any updates on those old business regarding
We'll get to that.
okay, very good.
For now, I don't see any corrections needed in the minutes. Does anybody else see any corrections needed?
No.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes as written. All in favor? Oh, second?
Second. Yeah.
From Gail. All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
All right. The next item is our COVID-19 flu Maven update.
Okay,
Judy?
so in the last 2 weeks, we've only had one case of Lyme. No flu, no COVID. I was hoping that, what's the other gal's name? Diana. I was hoping Diana would be here. I did check up on the lady that has a possibility of an active case of tuberculosis. And I looked at the labs, and the labs are, she had a test for an immune response. That's a substitute test for the skin test. And that is the one, it's a blood test versus the skin test. And that is the one that came back positive. So that meant that plus she had a cough and this chest x-ray. So between the three of them, that's why it came up as a possibility. The second two tests that she's since seen the doctor, and the additional tests for active bacterium in the bloodstream, and both of those came back negative.
Okay.
So she's probably one of those cases where she was exposed because of where she lived prior to coming to the United States. And the doctor may or may not, whatever his decision is, to go ahead and treat her for a year. I remember one case that I was involved in, and that was a case of a family, a whole entire family had come into the United States, and one child had an abnormal x-ray, and they treated her for a year, but they did not isolate her. She could go to school and all that, and the rest of the family was not treated. So I suspect that that's probably be a case where she'll be followed by the doctor, but probably not a whole lot of restrictions. And of course, the bottom line is this town, there's no harm or danger to the town for tuberculosis case. So that's good news. Yay.
Yeah.
Then they had a program today on Maven. They have that every other weekend. Today's was on vaccinations and updates on the flu vaccine and COVID and all that stuff coming out. So the flu this year will cover both A and B. It will not, there's one, I never can say it right, Haemophilus influenza. That doesn't cover that one, but it does cover influenza A and B. There is a home testing kit that is now on the market for flu.
Huh.
So if people want to go in and buy it in local pharmacy or ask a local pharmacy, is available and you can self-test at home. It's very similar to doing the self-test for COVID.
Fun.
Yeah. That was my thought too.
Yeah.
Their DPH is offering some sponsored clinics. In other words, they come out and they set up the clinic. They have mobile clinics. They're trying to reach into rural communities. We actually would be considered rural and would be eligible for mobile. But here's the caveat. They're offering COVID and they're offering flu, but you cannot just take one and not the other. You have to take both, because especially the COVID, because this is coming, the funds for sponsoring these clinics is coming out of a COVID
Oh, so they have to
fund,
have it.
so
Yeah.
they have to have COVID.
You mean
So they offer it as a flu clinic, but you must also take the COVID vaccine as well.
Hold
you
on.
mean as an individual, you would have to go and get both vaccines?
Yes.
Okay. There would be no option for an individual to say,
No.
I only want flu.
Right.
Okay.
But could they only get COVID?
I suppose, because it is COVID funding,
Mm-hmm.
but course, it sort of defeats the purpose of having a flu flu clinic. So, but but anyway, that is available. So, in speaking of clinics, I did talk to Chair City, and they are willing to come into Hubbardston. So I'm just waiting on a date. It'll probably be first couple of weeks in November.
Is that Brenda, but not Brenda?
No, that Brenda and Lisa and Ellen. It was finally Ellen that I finally got a hold of, and he said their funding expired in August, so they weren't able to.
Gotcha.
Their
Okay.
grants weren't able to continue. But Chair City, I'm going to go back and talk to them around the 15th and see if we can set a date. I talked to Claudia. She said fine. So their seniors, the seniors are going to wait. We're kind of looking at either the first or the second Saturday of November. Okay, and it will require cards. So bring your insurance cards. But otherwise, there's no cost.
That's nice.
There's no
that-
cost to the town either.
Is that flu and COVID? Or just
Yes,
flu?
she has, yes, they have both, which is great, which is one reason I said, hallelujah, when I found them. Okay, let's see, what else? Nasal spray, 2 to 49, it hasn't changed for ages, for age 2 to 49, although they're recommending everybody get, even little tykes at 6 months, get the flu vaccine. But, you know, when we get under 2, that's when you have to split the doses. So they have to have half of it, and then they come back and have another half. So, but 2 to 49 can have the nasal spray. Next year, there will be, you can buy it and take it home with you and administer it there. So you can either self-administer to yourself if you're under 49, or give it to your children. So that's another interesting. They're pushing very much for RSV if you're 75 or older. I haven't hit that yet, so yay. And 60 and older if you have a medical condition. They talked about a number of dashboard updates, so they're updating and changing a lot of their stuff that's on the DPH website now. And let's see, avian flu. There was a question that came up about avian flu, and all the testing in Massachusetts is negative at this point. They are testing the farms, the livestock at the farms, especially dairy farms. They're testing them monthly, but so far everything is negative. They're also another thing that they talked about was the fact that in the ER, somebody goes in with a respiratory struggle, and they will often, a lot of the ERs will often do a panel. Those panels are testing for 16 different viruses, respiratory viruses.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and a lot of those are not so much that we need to be concerned about. We need to make note of, cases in the town. But a lot of them are not where it requires follow-up, like we did with COVID, making the phone calls and how are you doing? Is there anything that you need? How can I help you?
Mhm.
We don't need to do that. So, but the ER is the one that is going to be reporting a lot of the cases, but the reason why they brought that up is because we don't have to. In Maven, you can create your own case, and what they're saying, you don't need to do that.
Okay.
You don't need to. They sometimes, unless you see like a cluster where you've got a housing where suddenly you have 16 cases.
Mhm. Oh,
Then you need to create a case and work with the epidemiology department to follow them through. But individual cases that come through, they'll be noted on Maven. We just need to check, yes, we saw them. And then we can pull numbers if we want to. That's easy enough. So if we wanted to know how many cases of such and such, we can do that easily.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my report.
That's a lot of info.
That is.
Yeah.
Is the elementary school gonna report to us if they have cases of various things, like with?
If they do, they have to report.
Were they gonna was the school nurse gonna let us know? Do we reach out to them to do that?
Because Lori used to do that because she worked over there.
She worked over
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be going over there and talking to her on another subject altogether, so I'll ask
Would
that
you,
question.
because it's all under that umbrella?
Yeah.
Would you ask if they can let us know if they get cases?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because a lot of them won't show up on Maven because parents doing the testing.
Right, and or they're going
Or
to
they're
their own
doing it.
doctors or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
Or the nurse does it.
right.
Yeah. So that's where we're at.
I think we gave someone, did they get more? Oh, we brought tests, COVID tests to the senior center.
Yeah, brought those over. Yep.
Got a bunch more
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
And
We're inundated.
and then
with them.
you ordered for free. We're getting more for the town.
We're getting
more
more.
COVID tests.
It would be good if they would put the flu ones out.
Yeah, we don't get those.
Not
So,
yet.
you know, and
Haven't
now-
gotten any emails indicating that we can get those.
Right.
No, I haven't heard anything.
And the peak of flu season is January to mid-February, so, November is a perfect time for us to have a clinic because then the vaccine will match the peak of the,
Mm.
where you get the maximum benefit of the vaccine, you'll get at the peak of the flu season. So that was also reiterated at the meeting this morning.
Liz and I both got emails, and of course I get a phone alert as well.
Yeah.
Um,
The arbovirus.
there was triple E test. I guess they were testing mosquitoes. They do it everywhere, and there was positive sample in Gardner, and so there's a moderate risk. They said, and just let your townspeople know. Protect yourself at dusk and dawn. If we have a good frost Thursday and Friday, that will probably eliminate most of the risk. But if we don't get it everywhere, I mean, it would have to be everywhere. If it's spotty, people should know that they need to take precautions to not get bit by a mosquito.
Yep.
Because it's now next door as far as a positive mosquito sample. Not in humans, but a mosquito sample. So my question is, to you, Judy, is should this go out as a reverse 911 phone message?
That's a good question. I wouldn't,
An email blast? That doesn't get everybody, though.
no.
So in other words, is this warrant enough to actually have this blast
Well,
throughout town?
if it's only a mosquito that tested
Right, it's not a
positive.
person, yeah.
Yeah,
What are the
because we're
risks?
still listed as very low risk on both viruses when you look at the map.
Not as of right now. The new indication is that we are now moderate risk.
On the map
Because
hasn't
of the-
changed yet. Yeah.
Yeah. It hasn't changed on the map because the email just came out
Oh, really?
this afternoon.
Oh, I missed that then.
So,
What are the risk levels? Is it moderate than high?
mm-hmm.
I mean, is there any information that we've given to the town?
Well, we've got it on the website.
It is.
Yeah. And we could do an e-blast with it.
That would get most people to say, let your neighbors know.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that's
E-blast
prudent.
versus.
I mean, it's
Because
not.
we already have it on the website.
Yeah.
So
All right.
And it's
Mhm.
probably a non-issue because it's going to frost.
can we create a 20 words or less for the
Yeah.
That was,
20
well, we're,
20 letters or less? Okay.
we'll do an e-blast about the EE to town.
We should just get a big picture of mosquito and beware.
That might work.
That will work.
Yeah, visual.
Yeah, because they can put pictures up there. They had one advertisement with a picture.
All right. Well, we'll
I'll
get
see
that
what I
up
can do.
tomorrow.
Okay.
And with a reminder that if it's only a spotty frost, not all mosquitoes will be killed. Give myself a note. Do that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying
talk to
to.
Patricia. She'll get it. She'll get it. Tell her what you want, and she'll get it out. She's good.
Okay.
Yeah, she's very good.
Yeah, moderate. No.
Oh, you see it.
Wait. Oh, this is impossible. Okay, so that's Worcester.
We're square in the middle.
Right there, right? Yep, so low.
So we're still
It's still low.
Yeah.
low.
But when was
That's-
it last updated?
October 8th it says, but it doesn't say what time.
Okay.
So it could have been updated this morning, you know?
Right. Because the email says you're at moderate risk.
Okay, because I checked the email
I think I
this morning, but I didn't.
Yeah, I forwarded to you.
Okay,
this
because I've been out
afternoon.
since 3.
How dare you have a
been-
life, Judy?
Oh,
I've
I'm
been
sorry.
in and out. So I do things at random times lately.
Okay, it was 10:30 this morning, and it says severity moderate.
I didn't see it till this afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So we'll get the blast
Yeah.
out. I'll deal with that. I think that's everything that's related to viruses and that sort of thing.
Bacterium and other little dastardly things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll go on to Title V reports / perk tests. And we've got 155 Gardner Road.
That was the one that you wanted to return, and they are doing the repair.
The repair is now underway.
That's just my notes.
Okay, so they haven't done
So this is the application, and Phil looked at it.
Okay, which I need to sign off on the
Just don't
application.
lose my note.
Nope. Um,
Then you know what you're doing.
we reviewed it at the last meeting. They are moving ahead, so that's just the update on that.
Yep.
And then I also, because there had been problems, not since Nancy started, but prior to that, most application permits and COCs or certificates of completion of various projects. I also witnessed to see that, you know, an extra pair of eyes are checking things. Everything looks in order. Okay, the next one is 12 Underwood Road, and you can just pass it that way around first. And it passes. Title 5.
Well,
Okay, I'm
It's a
giving that
house
back
in
to
the-
you. Alright. And then we also have one that just came in for Nestlewood Lane. I never
Do you
heard that
want,
name.
how do you, I know.
It passes.
Yeah.
And I'll start by looking at that one. Oh, nice. Nice. Is this, when was this done? Oh, this is an old report. Okay, they did draw everything in. That's good. For a 4-bedroom house. Okay.
isn't Nestlewood way out?
I have no idea where it is.
Toward the,
Where would it be?
yeah.
If there was, that's off half
It's
the
near
tree.
the campground.
Right.
Way
The
up by
Pout
the-
and Trout.
By Pinecrest.
No, down 68. Nestlewood?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's near the Pout and Trout campground.
Does it come right off 68?
Oh,
Kind
okay.
of. It's like, it's off of a road. That's off of a road.
Ah.
Yeah.
It sounds
I'll pass this one around this way.
The house looks gorgeous.
Halfway?
Yeah, it's off of Halfrey.
Oh, is it?
halfway.
Off of Halfrey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, so that's 62.
Oh.
Yeah.
So then if you go and you get on Halfrey,
Yeah.
and it's the little road there.
Okay.
Actually, you want
I
to take a
knew
look
I
at this
could buy it.
while I look at the. You already
Is
seen
that-
that one.
Oh,
I looked at that one, but I
was
haven't
by
looked,
it
yeah.
when they
Mhm.
did
Is
the
this
Christmas thing last
Nestlewood?
year.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Really tough road.
Is it?
Oh, twisty.
Oh.
When you don't know where you're going.
Mm-hmm. And it's nighttime, right?
Okay. No water tests or well completions while we're passing and looking at these. Wastewater test, 48 Gardner Road.
This came in yesterday.
It came in yesterday. Is it Fast System?
Is that the school?
That's the new building.
Is it the new building?
Where the
Why
bed
are we
is.
doing a wastewater?
They have to.
Part of
They-
sale, right?
Oh, because of the type of building?
Because of
Yes.
the type of septic it is.
I know it's got a fancy septic system.
Oh, perfect.
Just
Pictures.
considering it's a limited usage of that.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I know.
Any pictures?
Yeah, it's brand new, so.
Oh,
Julie likes pictures.
I need pictures.
She wants a scared mosquito.
That's right. That's right. Boy, that is pretty clean.
Okay.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, remember, pass.
So
Yeah.
I don't see.
Which one's this?
There's no issue on this fast water report, 48 Gardner Road, and I'll pass that way around.
Did you sign this one?
Nope,
No.
not yet. I'm working both sides of the table here. I'm inconsistent because I'm moving things back around. I'll take a minute. There's those two. We're passing that fast water report around for folks to look at. We also have Sunflower Pastries Residential Kitchen. I was wondering, if they just sent that in?
Yes.
Okay. I'll write that information down where I won't forget it. Do you have scrap paper? Yellow sheet?
She
Okay,
knows that.
all right.
She just started up again.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. So 10, 8. I'm writing down the information on Sunflower Pastries because I need to go out before the end of the year and do a residential kitchen license inspection.
Would you like company on that?
Yeah, you can give me a contact information.
I will.
Here, Judy.
Okay, that's a 4, though I sure have that. Okay. All right. And water test was great. Okay. And of course, she did everything else. Good for her. All right. As we sign these, as usual, when we sign the permits, that means that you're agreeing to moving ahead with everything without taking an actual vote. All right, this way around.
You see the pH on this thing?
I didn't even look at it.
7.
Spec is 6 to 9, right?
Yeah. I've just never seen a neutral pH in wastewater.
That's a good one.
Okay. also became aware that the Senior Center Council on Aging we didn't work with them earlier this year to get them a permit because they do serve refreshments for various things. We do not charge the senior center a fee at all. So we're issuing them a temporary food permit tonight just to make sure that they're covered. I think typically someone in their group will submit one, but we're playing catch up on that, that's all. I've been in and out a couple different times, and there's no issues here, and they do have people with ServSafe. Multiple people with ServSafe.
Okay.
So that if there's one event, only one of the people is around and stuff like that. We are now catching up with that for them. And then here you go. If you'll sign both of those. The fast report.
I'm gonna take a peek if that's all right.
Is that here already?
Oh, you didn't sign that one.
And we have open septic / engineering plans. We have 2 tonight. We have 82 Old Boston Turnpike, which is a septic repair.
Yeah. And Phil was looking for baseline water test, and he hasn't gotten it yet. The house is being remodeled. No one is living there at the time now. So he'll remind them before we get the COC to sign. So,
Yes.
This
Water
is
line.
highlighted, but she knows that she needs to.
yes, I highlighted, and I spoke with her.
Of course you did.
Okay. So first we have 82 Old Boston Turnpike. Did Phil sign off on these yet?
Yes. He didn't on the
Oh, he did
small-
on
I know.
the small one. Where is
Yeah,
it?
It's in the front more.
Okay, so here's one here. Here's one here to look
So
at.
this for 82?
Yes.
Yes.
Oops. My gosh, you're throwing your notes all over the place. Sorry.
I don't see it. Help me out. Maybe it's stuck with something else and I'm not seeing it.
So septic repair.
Ah, there it is. That's why I wasn't seeing it.
I know that's tough to read those little ones.
Okay, I'm gonna go stand over someone's shoulder. Because I cannot read the printout.
Well, from the small one?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there.
Okay.
That's what he sent
Oh, okay,
back.
so it has the notes in here.
Yes.
It's 50-foot well radius.
I think they can't do anything different.
No, I don't think so either.
Two
No.
bedroom
Oh, here's the 100
property.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're putting in a good size dual compartment tank
Yeah.
and a pump. Tank to be pumped and removed.
Is that because the lot's too small or because of the whatever?
Perk test
all the
result.
It could be a
elevation
combination.
things are?
Yeah, they've got a lot
Okay.
of elevation on it.
Yeah, it's a little teeny tiny lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's down near water, right?
here.
Hole 1, hole 2, okay.
Okay. Yeah, and it's down near water, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's beavers in this. This is, oh,
Manholes to be
Yeah, this is
installed.
Comet Pond, right?
D-boxes
okay.
installed. 9-inch
I was
below
thinking of one-
grade,
I'm thinking
okay.
of a house on
With risers so they can check them.
where they've got all that back hillside
Backfill.
and behind them.
Topsoil,
But they've also
okay.
got a river.
Oh.
And it's got beavers in it.
Not designed for garbage disposal. All, because that's all private systems.
So you really want to
Private
make sure
septic,
that
you shouldn't
things
be
don't go
using a
underwater on
garbage
you.
disposal because you get too
Thanks
much
to the beavers.
material in there.
Mm-hmm.
People should be setting up their own private little compost bin in their
it's
own
a two-bedroom
backyard.
home.
Absolutely. Makes sense.
And so therefore, under the law, state guidance, septics that are for private homes
And that's that.
are
And
not
the
allowed to have
explanation.
garbage disposal.
Disposals. Oh, wow.
Correct.
That's mandated.
Yeah,
Yep.
Makes sense.
There's no
Yep.
room on the site for the system to be sited outside.
okay, that looks great.
It's a lot issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right, where's, good bills?
I'll let you hold it since I can't hold it.
I get
I
some
am signing
pleasure out of
bills.
folding these.
That's the application.
I don't know why.
Let's see. Let's sign on that one.
Yep.
I was never a good map holder. Failed that.
She
in
did.
school.
That's on your phone, so.
I'll sign these others as well. That goes in that one.
They look good too. Yeah.
It's good to learn a little bit about what to look for, you know?
That's signed.
These are on my notes. So.
Okay.
Do you want to sign those?
Yes. I reviewed those. And the next one is 81 Bemis Road.
Yeah.
Also in septic repair.
And this just came in today. So this has to go together. This does.
Okay.
So
Is
this
there,
is- Hmm?
is there, Bill's reviewed everything?
Yes.
Okay, so we can pass a couple of the maps.
So it's the same
Diagrams.
thing.
Yeah, send out the diagrams around, let people look at them.
Oh, there's
Besides me.
3 of them. And if you want this big one, Phil?
Sure. I'm just gonna sign these.
Where is this?
Bemis Road.
Oh, sorry.
Don't let it get in your way there.
Okay. That one's done.
Okay.
Oh wow,
It's
look where
another
the well
two-bed-
is. It's so far away.
It's another 2-bedroom home.
Mm-hmm.
Who did this one?
Okay.
Prepared that.
Mark
And
Elback.
there's the well.
Mark Elback.
There's another well.
Oh, is that the other property? That's the other
Oh,
property.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
other
this is
property.
next door.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Oh, look. It's the same. There's 50 and 100.
Yep. So they've got to have variances.
Yeah.
This is a tight system as compared to the last one. The last one was a little more spread out.
Mm-hmm.
This one's super tight.
2-bedroom house.
Is it long though?
Yeah,
That looks
47 feet.
Yeah, that looks long.
I'm still confused about the difference between a repair and a replacement because they're replacing the septic tank, right? Is it because they're not replacing the entire system?
It's because it's not new construction,
Okay.
is the number one reason
Mm-hmm.
that it's listed as a repair.
Okay.
We
Right.
basically
Because
have,
there's already something there
yes.
to repair. Okay.
Good question.
Thank you. I think I ask it every meeting.
It's okay. Okay.
Looks like there's something wrong with this. Because look at that, identical. Doesn't
Connection.
tell you how many gallons. How many gallons? They're replacing it with a 1500 to bring it up to,
1,500.
so they're replacing it with 1500, bring it up to the new regs. Yeah, this,
And it's only a
It's
two-bedroom.
good to
It's
always,
only a
I mean,
two-bedroom home.
1,500
Is this sitting in
good
sand?
for a 4-bedroom
I think it's a.
house, but it's also good to have it in
Loomy
case somebody
sand.
wants to
Yeah.
add on
Yeah,
this
a little
bedroom.
should
something.
last them forever.
Change a room for a relative to stay in.
The other parts, the
you know,
tank.
as
and the
needed.
Debunks,
So
well,
Right.
that's always
the pipes should,
a good idea, in my
if it's
mind.
sitting in sand.
Yeah, Loomy sand.
So this should be good to go.
Okay. Don't see any issues with the land.
Perfect.
Okay.
Did you do that, Judy?
No. Told you I failed in grade school.
Okay, I will sign my life away here again.
So 81.
All right, hang on one second. I will do these before I move ahead.
Dennis used to get really kind of ticked with me. Because they take his maps, because he was a truck driver. So I'd take his maps
Oh my
and
God.
I'd,
Bundle them all up in a ball.
no, I try to fold them, but I always folded them wrong. So, when you're a truck driver, you want your maps folded right.
Yes, you do.
Jeez.
What's this? What's
That one.
that? Okay.
That one.
That needs to get signed. This is the same exact thing, so. I have to have them fill that out.
Before they, right. Okay.
And then this one. So this is, that's Phil's signature for this one, but this is, and he wanted them to sign it, but I've got that's their signature. This was his sent separate, so.
Right.
We've got to staple that together, but I didn't have, I got it late.
See, other page. Other copy. I made a note on it.
Perfect,
There you
thanks.
go. Okay, under old business, inspections. Let me go back to the minutes. The person who has a residential kitchen that was selling Two Crows, I did their kitchen inspection the other day, and all of the baking is being done at Crow's commercial kitchen, and it's very obvious it's not being done in his home. So there's no issue with his home for the residential kitchen if he does cookies and muffins and stuff there to sell locally, direct sales. He's fully aware of the rules, and so there's no issue there.
Well, so I guess I wasn't here last time. Crow's Restaurant is selling the bread from someone from a different place. But you're saying that person.
So that person, if there was a Facebook
Mhm.
announcement by Crows that so-and-so from Hubbardston, who has a residential kitchen license, he even mentioned that,
Mhm.
was doing all the breads and desserts and everything for Crows. And so the concern is, was he doing that in his own kitchen? The answer is no, he's not. He's doing it under the auspices of Crow's commercial kitchen license in Templeton.
Okay.
He's doing it at their site. He is not doing it here.
Okay.
Because the rule is residential kitchen licenses are only for direct sales. If he was doing it in his kitchen and then selling it to a restaurant, doesn't matter who, or anywhere else like that, for resale, then that person needs a
Commercial
commercial
license.
kitchen license. And that's what we were investigating.
What about online sales?
You know
I'm
the
just
word if I'm making
wondering-
bread at home and I sell it online?
Yeah, there was a company in town who was doing spices online, remember?
Yes,
And
that's
that's
okay, because it's still directly
Direct.
from me to you, or if you were my customer.
Okay.
If they were wholesaling it to a business to resell, then they have to have a commercial kitchen license.
Okay.
And because he is working under the auspices and being paid by Crows, this person, and he's doing it in their facilities, it's all okay.
Okay.
It was
Because
more
it's
of a-
not even in our town.
Right, but he's not violating any guidelines that we have to follow.
Hmm.
So that's fine. The other one I'm still looking into from previous,
But the cafe.
yeah. I finally figured out the location of the property. So I got that sorted out, because housing numbers were all mixed up, and we finally sorted that out, so I'll be checking on that tomorrow or Thursday. I also did Rieta Ranch for their second inspection on Sunday, and there was a vendor there selling some cookies from another town. I have their business card. They are supposed to be emailing all their information to Nancy. They were not going to be able to attend no more than one more time before Rieta Ranch closes this year. So I told them if they send everything to us, now if they hesitate and don't get it to us soon, we'll charge a fee for a temporary permit, but otherwise we'll waive it, and they will have to get one for next year. Because their kitchen isn't in another town, but they're selling here. Direct sales, so they can do a residential kitchen license only if they're just doing direct sales of their products. The labels, everything looked great. Just, it's just following the rules. There's another person at Rieta Ranch. She sent in all her paperwork and everything, including her other town's inspection, and I did a one-day. We have a little one-day form versus a three-page form. One-page form versus three-page form. Sorry, I got tongue-tied there. For these kinds of licensing, like I do at the town fair or the field day, for people who are bringing in food trucks or whatever and are licensed in other towns. I do a quickie exam of what's going on. Do some thermometer checks and stuff, but it's very quick, so we, they just have their, either at the fair, that's a one-day permit, or if they're going to both activities, then it's a temporary permit. So did that and that. Okay, that's it for inspections right now. Help seat textile bins for the town. Did we get a response?
We did, so
Because we had questions at the last meeting.
right, so, I had asked what happens if other items are put into the bins? What is the policy? The Board of Health would be interested in putting 2 bins in one spot, and then what is the turnaround time once the agreement is signed for the bins to be placed? And she said, it's great to hear from you. If other items besides textiles are put into the bin, we will take care of it. There is no charge or fee. Number 2, we can place 2 bins in any location. The more locations, the better. As long as there are some bins in our mass warehouse, we can deliver them within a week. If we need to ship them up, it could take 2 weeks or so. So
Okay.
those were the
Wow.
answers.
Which is great.
Mhm.
They
So
take textiles
no
and
cost
shoes.
to the town whatsoever. Just
We
gonna be
actually
here.
get money.
Yes,
Oh,
right.
wow.
Because I remember
A
you said we
small
get small.
7 cents per.
0.07 cents, right?
We'll take it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I make
That's
a
because they
motion.
put it
If
in
there, are there
dollars,
any other questions or
0.07.
discussion or thoughts? Again, because there are other
Getting fancy.
collection bins around town from other organizations, I suggested at the last meeting that we do it down on Route 68, just south of the DPW entrance. There's another entrance that, well, it's the recycling center entrance. We don't have a recycling center per se anymore, but that would be a good location, and that would catch folks that live all down in that area, because having driven around different things and noticing where I was seeing these clothing and shoe recycling places in town, that's one area that is not covered by somebody else.
Mhm.
So I thought that that would be appropriate.
Yeah, because we actually have 3 in this vicinity, right? The one here. By the
There's one by the
plaza.
gas station.
Right.
There's one up by 2 bins from a company by the
Pizza Palace.
The Pizza Palace.
Pizza
right.
Palace, Pallet Company.
Mhm.
There's this collection by the elementary school here. So we got like the north end covered, if you will. So I thought that would be a good location.
Mhm.
I love it.
All right, so I make a motion that we go ahead with signing the agreement with Help Seek Textile Bins, and that we get 2 bins in one location at the quote recycling center driveway on Route 68
Actually,
South.
I do have another question. Sorry.
Go ahead.
The size of the bins. How big are they?
To show you, this is what they look like.
They're emptied weekly, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
part of it?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that was my next
Yeah.
question, because my only concern is be like it filled up and then looking
They do.
like a junk out there. And, okay, so every week they empty it out.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and 2 of them would be helpful
Right.
for that, because Massachusetts doesn't want anybody to recycle shoes and textiles in their trash anymore. We're not, so this is
Way to mitigate that.
yes,
Right.
yes. I did get an email also that there are some funds for mattress recycling. However, our town is too small to qualify right now.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that's from the state recycling. And so I'll keep watching for emails. If they get to the point where we would qualify, then I would make sure we get an application in right away. So a lot of these things, and if you notice TV advertisements lately, there's a company that has been advertising that they'll pick up your junk, just call us. They're now advertising to pick up mattresses, a mattress for $89, which is kind of high, but that's their business. And then if you want a mattress plus a box, it's $100 and something. I don't remember what they advertised. So all of this is being advertised in Massachusetts for, because no more mattresses now for, is it 2 years? They can't go into landfills anymore at all. They have to be recycled. I think we're almost at 2 years now for that, for mattresses. Okay. Do I hear a second on my motion to go ahead with Helpsy textile bins?
A second.
All right, all in favor?
I-
Unanimous, okay.
Just curious, do we know where they take the stuff after?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
You already voted, so.
Yep, too bad. So sad.
All of them have different mechanisms for recycling.
Yeah,
They
they must sell it somewhere. That's why they're
yes,
selling it.
Well,
Yes.
I know
Or
there's a
selling.
process.
They
where
do have
ins-
thrift stores, I guess.
They can-
Helpsy does?
Yeah.
Did you just look that up?
Yeah. Well, when we started
interesting.
talking about Helpsy, I'm like, what's Helpsy? So
Oh,
if you saw me
interesting.
on my phone, that's why I was looking at. I was like,
thank you for following up on
I
that.
know
Yeah.
they have factories that sort of tear the fibers
Yeah.
apart and then they can
Recycle,
They
make
can-
it into something.
Yeah, they can do that because they do that with plastic. They,
oh yeah.
yeah, you know, the recovered plastic from the ocean. They make jackets and shirts out of
Yep.
your water bottle.
Their website's very informative.
Oh, I
It's-
should
it's
go
cool.
to it.
And then I got this today. I haven't had a chance to even look at it, and then that's another one, but you have to pay them.
This may be the,
Did I send that to you?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that. We did get it from private company, New England Disposal Technologies.
And they take a lot of hazardous stuff.
And they will come and take hazardous materials from your town. They currently have locations in Sutton and Westfield.
Is that the type of thing like we would set up for them to come like during
I think so.
recycling?
Mhm.
During metal
Um,
recycling?
But we have to pay them. So
Well, I think the individuals would pay, you know, we wouldn't pay, but maybe set it up and then have it available for people
Like
to.
a hazardous waste day.
Yes.
They've got one coming up in Gardner.
That's probably very similar.
Yeah. I think it's Gardner. So, yeah.
Oh, so in essence, they would be on site to pick up the stuff, right? You don't have to go all the way to there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Let's look-
We
So
can look
I'm-
into more of that.
yeah,
more.
look into that one more.
Okay.
About charges
Okay,
for the individual or the town.
okay.
Because it's not clear to me that, because it's directed to the Board of Health. Who pays the charges? Do they do one-day events?
Right.
So we'll look into it some more. I'm going to skip down to, I think we're ready for our metal recycling to be Saturday, October 26th, 10 to 1. It's the recycling center driveway entrance, just south of the DPW entrance on Route 68. All types of metal can be taken. If you're bringing old lawnmowers or anything like that, all oil, all gas must be removed, and or it won't be accepted.
I did that flyer.
And thank you.
Just make sure it's what you want.
Yeah. No batteries, no liquids, no gases. Propane tanks, the gauges and everything must be completely off and open so that we know that the tanks are empty. And Nancy did an update on the recycling posters that we can place around town, like the library and post office and senior center, and
And that will go on the sign.
this will go on the sign.
Well, parts of it will.
Yeah,
20
pieces.
20
20
letters.
letters.
Okay, so I think we're all set for that. We have 2 volunteers from CERT. I'll be there, of course. I should bring you next meeting something about how long I've been recycling things and running recycling stuff. I'll bring that to the next meeting.
So,
We can pass that around. So this is definitely gonna happen,
Oh, wow.
rain
It's beautiful.
or shine. It will happen.
Excited.
Bring your umbrellas, bring gloves, work boots, work clothes. Okay, if you're willing to help, even if it's for an hour, that's okay. That'd be great. The I'm getting tired.
Defibrillator.
Defibrillator for the library. Update. Do we have anything on that right now? We're
I
going-
only saw, saw Morgan briefly, and they said they were going to discuss it, but I haven't heard anything more from Morgan.
Okay, so that's still kind of on hold. So the F-26 budget line items for the Board of Health. Do you have anything on that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it. This is the schedule, fee schedule.
Right. You want Pat? Did everyone get that in an email?
Well, that's on the website.
This is the
on the
current
website.
one.
Yeah,
What about the one that was proposed?
that's right there.
And the
I
one?
think I gave everyone that last time.
Okay, everybody
I'm not
got
sure,
that?
but it wasn't proposed, right? It was just.
No,
was- I was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are our current fees for 23 and 24. That's on the website. And then, the town administrator assistant, administrative assistant did a survey, and then they came up with proposed changes. Some of them pertain to the Board of Health. That's what's underneath.
So
And
is
some
that
of
what
them
that is here?
don't apply to the Board of Health. That was their list of
Correct.
fees
That was for all.
overall
Right.
fees that they thought should be updated. I asked her for who they surveyed to come up with the ones certainly that would pertain to the Board of Health. But I opened it, I looked briefly to see what towns they checked, and that's as far as I got. So I'm not ready to,
Make a decision.
and we don't have to make a decision just yet as to, do we want to raise some of the fees? And one of the fees we're actually planning, expecting to lower because of, which
So how long
It's
those
the
current fees have
components.
been effective?
the current
One
ones
year,
that they
right?
are.
I think it's 1 year, right?
23 and 24, so it'll be 2 years at those, what's listed on the website. The prior increases were only like $5 here or $5 there. We did revise all the septic fees based on what our sanitarian charges us, so
Oh.
that there's,
So the survey was designed for Nate to check out other towns' fees.
Correct.
they did.
To see, okay.
And then they came back with a proposal from
Okay.
Nate and the administrative assistant of what they suggest that the new fees be.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, ours, though, are really only like $5 here and there. They're very minimal,
Yeah, very
the
good.
ones for Board of Health that are listed here.
Yeah, some of the others are much higher and do need to be higher.
Like temporary use of a mobile home is not Board of Health.
Correct. That
That
goes,
one's
that's
big.
under building.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
I mean, is there a thinking that goes into the proposed fee to be in line with, adjusted with inflation? Like what does the
well,
I think it has to be in
just
comparable with other
with
towns.
yeah,
Yes.
like Princeton was one of the towns that they checked for fees with,
Princeton's fees are pretty high.
and a couple other towns.
Right.
Nearby, surrounding towns, basically.
Should we take into account median income too, though?
Right. So when you said Princeton, I was like, okay.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
these are-
I
They
can't, I
have-
don't have that. I can forward that to all of you. I'll
Right.
send it to you and you can forward it to
The
everybody.
median
Okay.
for Hubbardston is around 80,000.
I think something along those lines. So, I mean, because the goal would be, right, you compare your town based on size and populations and, of course, income, right? Like,
Mhm.
well, like I said, the median income of the town, right? Then we kind of like adjust based on that. Because if we just jack up the price
I'll bring,
suddenly.
To be comparable
To
to,
be
like
comparable.
Westminster and
Yeah.
Princeton.
I'll bring my community assessment book next week. I mean, the next time we meet, that has all the median.
Information's on the town.
Per- yeah.
Yeah, she did a full survey.
Okay,
I have
awesome.
one at the office.
You do?
Okay.
You gave one to me.
Yes. I'd like to give her 150 sitting in my kitchen.
Because I'm looking at this current fee here, temporary use of mobile home, $50. It's huge.
It's a big
jump.
increase. Yeah.
It's a big jump. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we'll just, that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, yeah,
Still
that's-
more informational than anything. No real decisions to be made just yet. I think we're up to online training classes for inspections.
Yeah, I think that was something you were gonna look at.
Yeah, I did look at them, it's not, and then I sort of said, no, that's not really where we want to go. So, kind of scratch. I'll keep an eye out, see if I can find something that's a little more,
Mm-hmm.
I am signed
Doable.
up with Massachusetts Train, TRAIN,
Yeah.
for all the online food and housing.
that's probably more doable.
And
rather.
it's,
Yeah.
there's, you do that, and because I'm still on the waiting list for the level 2 housing inspection course, which is just fine, because I'm a farmer and I'm still real busy. It hasn't quite calmed down, but it will be one of my late fall, winter projects to get done.
Yeah, Train is an excellent resource if you're looking for courses of all kinds that have anything to do with health.
Yeah, and so the state has updated all of those with the state goal of making sure that all boards of health have this minimum level of quality that they're providing to their town, no matter what size.
But the CDC also has a lot of courses too.
Correct.
And then they're a little more specific. So if you're looking at, if you have a specific topic, they're a little more specific. But their courses, I like their courses a little bit better than Train because they're written in English. So, they're easy enough to
That's what
Get
you mean. You mean
through.
like the common verbiage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of legalese or medicalese or something like that, it's
yeah.
in English. So,
Okay.
Yeah, any new business? Anybody? Any unexpected subjects? I think we covered what might have been unexpected in regular conversation. We do have one new complaint, which once I investigate it, I'll report back. Just came in. Turnovers and warrants. We have the F-25-7 turnover for $1,375. And, okay, that was turned in on the 1st, which is an income. And where it went. Okay. And I'll pass that around.
I mean, you already signed this. We don't have to sign this.
Nope.
No, it's just so you can review
So
it.
you can review
Yeah.
And know
when the
what's
money
coming,
comes in
Mhm.
and which,
Coming in.
where it goes.
the accounts it goes
So it's going
to.
to our account, yeah.
Which accounts it's going into.
So I believe we had a discussion also, remember the last few meetings regarding, I thought that's what this was about, the budget for next year.
Right. There is a warrant. We got a notice today that there's going to be a special meeting in November.
Okay.
And
Read that twice.
we need to submit to that the landfill inspection fees. So that, thank you for bringing that up.
Mhm.
We agreed to cover the June expense from our own budget with the expectation that it would be reimbursed. And the second fall test, we sent the inspector a letter to hold off because we don't have funds for it. And so they were, just got the notice today that they're planning on a special town meeting to do, address certain things like that. At least that's my, the Board of Health's issue.
Right.
We still have time yet to submit any budget items from the Board of Health to for the 2025.
2026.
2026.
Fiscal year 26.
2026, excuse me. Gosh, I get because it's always ahead.
Yeah.
Starting
July.
next July.
July.
Where one of the things we'll need at that point is new food inspection forms, so getting a price on that, because we don't collect enough funds to cover anything like bundles of 3-page food inspection sheets. So that will be going on there.
I did get that.
Okay.
Response
There's
about the
also,
quote.
so think of what you've learned so far in what we do and what we need to put into the budget as a budget proposal. Her salary, she works both for building and Board of Health, and that salary is split, and that is covered by the town. That's not under
Pure.
Board of Health, direct Board of Health costs. So we do need landfill inspection coverage for 2026 budget, and mowing.
Well, for 25 too, right?
Yes, that's for the special meeting.
Mhm.
And then for the budget proposals that have to be submitted in November,
Mhm.
which is only a few weeks away, we need to have that included. If we think that there's other types of flu clinics or education that we want, that's really something the town needs that you hear in conversation or see. I don't go on Facebook, but if you guys are into some of the social media stuff and you see concerns, now's the time for us to figure out if we want to do any kind of programs that might require some funds. Basically, like a residential kitchen license costs $80, right? Of which, if we had someone besides me, because I'm on the board, so I don't collect any money for it because it's a conflict of interest. So we would normally pay someone $50. So then $30 only is the actual money that would go to the Board of Health revolving account. Minus what percentage to the?
25%.
Minus 25%, which is dedicated to go to the general fund.
Yeah, so there was two big item I think we discussed, right? The food having a official food inspector with the assumption that we're gonna need that, and also a town nurse, I think we talked about as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
we proposed that last December. Select board said it was great, but how are we gonna fund it?
Everything is good except when it comes to money.
We haven't seen I haven't noticed any special grants or anything for nursing care, Maven coverage. Judy's been doing Maven for
Mhm.
free.
Mm-hmm. So basically,
Again-
that town nurse would be
Required to
that
do
person
the
to be
yeah,
Maven as well, right?
right.
Well, it makes sense for her to follow up, not any cases that she,
Right.
So, we need, Judy, would you bring that to the next meeting again? We had proposed $45 an hour, right?
mm-hmm,
Up to how many hours?
16 hours a month.
16 hours a month,
It's a per diem.
and it's per diem,
And they would come to one meeting a month.
and
to
they would come
report.
to one meeting a month for a few minutes to do the report.
A minimum of 4 hours, right?
Minimum 4 hours a week, yeah. Well,
No,
minimum of 4 hours a month, yeah.
A minimum that they would is 4 hours a month for Maven coverage.
Maven and any other things that,
Yeah,
And
checking
the,
in with the school nurse.
and the town nurse would report directly to the board.
correct.
Once a month.
Once a month.
Come
but
to a
yes.
meeting.
Now, that person that would, under the budget, if we had it, would report to us, and it would go, there would be a pay, like the sanitarian is paid. But the approval of the person that we choose still has to go through the select board, okay? And of course, we would want Nate to
Mhm.
be involved as well.
Mhm.
Don't want to leave him out. He needs to be aware and involved as well, because he's town administrator.
Did you send the budget timeline to us? Did you?
I'm sorry?
Did you email that budget timeline to us?
I don't know if I did.
Would you do that?
I can.
Would you email the budget timeline to everybody?
Because when you said November, that made me nervous.
Yeah, we have one more next meeting. We should
Yeah.
really get it together.
Have it in here, too. I might.
Do you have a copy? I have.
Well, I guess I don't.
Oh, okay.
So ultimately, in terms of personnel, really, it's 3 people: the food inspector, the sanitarian, and the nurse.
Right.
That would be
Well,
the future.
Well,
Housing.
food inspector and the sanitarian that's one person,
Oh, is it?
yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Wait a
oh,
minute.
are you saying could be?
No, the
No.
food inspection and
And housing.
housing/complaints.
Oh, this
Is one
Could-
person.
could
Right,
be one
Could be one
person.
person.
Our sanitarian has his
Separate.
own job.
Yeah, Phil.
Yep.
Phil is separate.
That's the one we have to pay.
Mhm.
And currently,
But you-
that's
they
coming
will-
from our budget to pay the sanitarian currently?
We collect the appropriate fees.
Fees and then, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And he
in a
gets
way.
paid, and any extra amount left, 25% goes to the general fund of the town, and the balance of that fee, which they're all online for septic, goes to the septic revolving account.
Right.
We are responsible for recycling, septic revolving, Board of Health revolving,
Title V.
tide,
Well, yeah, not
No.
title, the,
one more. What am I missing?
it's the, if they need to have help.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you come.
We also have a fund program for if a homeowner needs financial assistance for
A
septic, a
Title
failed
V.
septic system, and we have a loan program, and that's another account.
Oh, it's a loan program.
It's a loan program, but it's
And I think I
approved by
found
the Board of
original
Health.
papers on that
It's,
the other day.
the money
Did
goes
you?
in and
Yeah,
out of,
They're probably
and
in
the people
in
are
the office.
taxed
I've got some
when they
books
get their
and-
land taxes.
Mhm.
I mean, the loan is paid
If
through,
I
at the
letters,
same time their
if the
taxes are
letter-
paid.
Right.
And it's a low
It's the
interest
proposal.
loan
And then the
program,
letter
and
that would be
the money
So
we
all
got
those
dedicated
initial letters.
Mhm.
grant money
Oh, okay,
years and years
forget
ago.
where I saw them,
And
but I'll look again.
If
Okay.
they meet the qualifications
That's
to
kind of interesting.
get
We should
the
kinda keep it
Long.
septic
Yeah.
loans, they will,
posterity sake.
it saves them from financial
Yeah, right, right, right.
Or you can burn it
problems
out.
if
Okay.
they don't have a lot of income and need a big system that costs up, some new systems cost $50,000 nowadays. That's a big item for people to handle.
Right.
So we have a certain amount of money for septic loan program. Okay?
Excellent.
All right.
That's good.
Anything else tonight?
No.
Who wants to come help me pick peppers and eggplants in the dark before it freezes?
Oh, boy.
We will have frost tonight.
Oh, well.
They were saying no, but the temperatures are below a certain point already at my location on the top of the hill at 1,107 feet elevation. I will have frost in the morning. So in that, I don't sell to restaurant. Oh, I'm going to adjourn the meeting, but I'm giving everybody flowers. So the meeting's being adjourned at 8:42 p.m. The next meeting will be Tuesday, October 22nd at 7 p.m. in the Slade Building.